You learn to work well with people, and you build trust, and what you can do with them. And I think you're going to find that in every facet of life. My favorite session is about to come, pitch day. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But other than that, it's just really been learning the different aspects of that. And every session is a learning experience of seeing dynamics come together.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you very much for being here. My name is Christina Callahan, and we would like to present NanoShield Corporation's. NanoShield is stealth protection. It improves lives, lowers risk, and sets the new global standard for safety in cosmetic implants. Our leadership team came together by fate. Each of us were in search of an answer for our friends and family that were facing complications from cosmetic implants. 5 years ago, my mom, Debbie, had a mastectomy. She spent the last 5 years seeking a suitable breast implant which didn't pose the higher risks for reconstructive surgery. Today, she is still waiting to feel whole again. I have struggled with how that must feel, and I have struggled with not having answers to help her until now. It is a common belief that implants are safe enough, but outcomes and statistics show otherwise. To get an idea, this is a breast implant. Its shell and filler are made of microparticle materials. That's important to remember later for what I'm going to tell you. Those microparticle materials are in this bag. This is what it looks like when that implant bursts, and this is leaking all throughout your body. According to the International Survey of Cosmetic Surgeons and ASPS, infection, inflammation, rejection, repeat, and multiple procedures make up 94% of the population with cosmetic implant complications. The FDA stresses that implants should be checked every 2 years. This is due to rupture and other significant life-altering complications. It happens in 1 out of every 2 people. That's just not acceptable. Because the microparticles are large enough to pass through the body, they're recognized as a foreign material. Autoimmune responses start to act up. They attack this implant shell that you see here. It wears away at the very integrity of the shell itself, allowing the materials to leak out. Susan G. Komen shared that 68% of breast cancer survivors are afraid to get an implant due to the complications and the risks involved. My mom, Debbie, is one of those. NanoShield can change that, and we can do better. The FDA specifically mentions that cosmetic implant is not a one-time or lifetime device. The average lifespan of an implant is 7 to 12 years. That's not long enough. In spite of the risks, the desire to look good and feel better still lead a $64 billion industry, and it's counting. The demand is increasing, and so should the safety. NanoShield was formed and created passive, particle-assisted technology for implant safety. It is the new standard. This is in partnership with Florida International University. Comparing a microparticle to a nanoparticle is like comparing that tennis ball to a water molecule. The molecules are smooth. They glide over everything. The way that they behave in this stealth manner allows the shell of the implant to maintain its integrity. In the event the implant would break or leak, let's say due to an injury, the materials inside are also made up of the silicone nanoparticle material. It passes through the body in a stealth manner, going unnoticed, not provoking an autoimmune response. NanoShield is patented for maximum protection in the implants for use with chin, cheek, calf, testicular, pectoral, and breast implants. As far as features and benefits go, it's pretty obvious. The SMP technology silicone nanoparticle provides an integrity unparalleled longevity, reducing complications of autoimmune response. Those reduced number of procedures benefit from manufacturer to surgeon to patient. Minimal repairs, minimal removals. The lower risk provides more availability to patients across the board, increasing a revenue stream. Although NanoShield's competition is small, we do have others that are looking into the same safety issues and concerns. Nanoparts is a technology company that uses nanoparticle materials, but not in cosmetic implants, so we have the advantage. Tonava Health Sciences is already on the market, but their device detects leaks and breaks in breast implants, so they only focus in that particular sector, and they do not prevent the shell from damage. The University of Akron in Ohio specifically has a breast cancer implant that has a coating which delivers a drug therapy. So again, it only focuses on the breast implants, not all the others. A possible acquisition or partnership with one or more of these would be a greater benefit. As far as our market assessment, according to the International Society of Plastic Surgeons, 28 million total global procedures and over 16 million international for 2013. At an 8% average growth rate, the prospects are better than good. We expect to acquire 60% of the market by year 5. In 2010, PIP implants had a significant failure using a commercial-grade silicone instead of a medical-grade silicone. This left an empty space, so we must act now. Thank you for the patience. NanoShield will license Passive through FIU technology transfer with leading worldwide cosmetic implant manufacturers. The heavy market players are Mentor Worldwide, Allergen, Sientra, Coloplast, and Siliment. Siliment has provided a letter of intent. They are 76% international market player, so the European market is first. Each manufacturer will have a non-exclusive right to use Passive in a specific implant based on their initial market share of that implant. The U.S. market will be second to launch, using 3 top FDA manufacturers providing additional leverage. The license royalties are $25 an implant, with NanoShield being paid at $200,000 to $400,000 at the time of license acquisition. The university holds the patent, and they will receive an annual fee of $2 million with 3% royalties. We will continue with IP maintenance, FED technology advancements, and use trade and technology conventions and the support of the university to promote consumer awareness. After 2015, we gained a rapid climb in the market. As early as 2016, expedited EBITDA of $13 million will provide an excellent cash flow in the second year, overall showing NanoShield as a $100 million company. Investors, your call to action is now, seeking $11 million for 30% equity with a 300% return on investment over 5 years. That's triple your investment. NanoShield thanks you for the incredible opportunity, and we look forward to questions.
Of the procedure overall and why you came up with $25 royalty per procedure?
There's a couple of different levels to the cost of the procedure. The average person will pay between $2,300 and $3,200 per procedure. But it comes down to the manufacturer, sells to the surgeon, sells to the patient. So being the cost of the implant itself for the surgeon is $600, we had to factor in the best possible percentage and share, with the average cost of most implants going to the manufacturer at about $32. We wanted to be competitive, but still not go below the standard, which was $22.
So you replace what they're currently sourcing?
That is correct. The microparticle material that they use is just so big that it invokes that autoimmune response. Those silicone nanoparticles are what provide it to go unnoticed.
Thanks for sharing your mom's story. Definitely support her.
Thank you.
When you talk about the $3 million a year that's going to have to be paid back for licensing fees, how are you going to get there?
It would be $2 million actually, and
How are you going to get there?
the initial SBIR and NIH grants supported the start of the milestones that we had to get through. So based on the 6 months projection for market launch in European markets, we actually anticipate revenue within the second year, 1.5 million.
Are any implants currently using nanoparticles?
They are not using any nanoparticles. Microparticle is the standard, and actually the silicone nanoparticles is a patent of the university that we will be licensing out. It is not in use today, so it is a new standard.
I don't think you mentioned if you've already gotten regulatory approval, and if not, what is the total cost of that and time going to be until you receive that?
Yes, sir. We're just finishing the phase 3 at this point in time, so the investors will be funding the finalizing of the phase 4. And because we're going to go to the international market launch first, we're getting the CE mark. There is a fast track program of 45 days. So from the time of investor funding, we expect 6 months, and the revenue that will come from those sales will support the remainder of the FDA and PMA costs.